All right. Now, oh, hold on. Okay. Now, originally, anybody who follows this channel would have saw that this was scheduled for 10 a.m. But I woke up where I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk at 10 a.m. So I said, I'm going to move it to 8 p.m. and hopefully I get some voice back where I could do the show because I'm not doing one tomorrow because I'm headed to Oregon like this.
Yeah.
It's so, I'm doing this for you guys all. So if you guys hear the scratchiness with the voice, listen, live with it.
Because you look awful, man. Connor and I were talking about before the show started how awful Eric looked. He looks just horrible. I'm just looking at you. It's gross almost.
Yeah,
you gonna make it? Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah, hey, but hey, the show must go on, right?
Yes.
No matter what. Even if I was dying, even if I couldn't talk, I would have taken paper and write words out.
Perhaps you need some of this, Eric. This will make you feel better. Here we go.
All right, guys. Couple updates. I guess once in a while, if there is some kind of an update on episode 2, I'll try to come out with some of an update.
Please come out.
I got two different voice actors that's going to be joining us. I'm not going to tell you their parts and stuff. We got a guy named Big Willie who agreed to be in episode 2, and somebody donated enough money where episode 3 is a goal. Meet the goal. He paid the character price.
Wow.
And that friend his name is he's Skunk Ape Paranormal. His name is Rick Sharp. Skunk Ape Paranormal, I want to thank you for attributing to the cartoon. He told me that him and his wife, the kids, they watched it, they liked it, they enjoyed it, so they felt like they wanted a tribute to make sure these get made. So thank you guys. So thank you.
Heck yeah. Rich Sharp is the man. I just want to say that Stephanie and Rich Sharp are awesome people. I love hanging out with them. I met Rich in Mayaca, and we've been close ever since. He is very consistent. He's a very good dude, and his wife is a beautiful person and awesome, arm in arm in this cryptid community. So very cool situation. And you hit me up the other night, and I was already on the road. He's like, yeah, I'm the one that Eric was talking about. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And it was all just good news. So yes, Skunk Paranormal down in South Florida. But yeah, he's in my Mayaca video. He was also in my Southwest Florida Skunk Ape conference video, and he's actually planning on coming up here to the Panhandle to see some of these Skunk Ape hotspots, and he wants to see the Dozier School before they tear it down. Yep. So I'm super excited.
And he's part of it. He's a big part of it. The only thing I'm going to say is Bob's going to be a bastard in this one. Just going to say, take that away.
I want to be part of K-pop.
We're talking. One of the questions you asked me is, who's turning into stone? That's all I'm going to say. Who's turning into stone? I'm
not coming out unless I got a black vest and I'm part of K-pop, the band. I want to be with you guys.
Well, you'll see. It's being
worked
on as we speak.
Thank you for contributing because I get to play again. So I mean, you guys, it's awesome you guys doing it because I feel bad because I get to play on your dime. So appreciate it.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit more bonkers.
Okay.
Trust me. Beyond that, guys, I got some cool videos to show you guys. These are some folklore stories from Africa. So let's get into it. All right. So this one, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Adjule, unknown African canine. Adjule. However you want to pronounce that, I don't know.
Connor, how you say it?
I wasn't really listening to the Listening to letters out loud really fast like that just doesn't process in my head. Like
I was hoping you just know what the.
You know, it's like what.
Oh, here we go. Adjule.
Yeah.
Adjule.
All right, this
Very
is
cool.
Adjule. So this is a folklore cryptid from Africa.
Video about
Africa.
Adjule, an unknown African canine, also known as Kebelkela, Tarsit, and bush dog. This unrecognized canine lives in northern Africa in and around the Sahara Desert. First reported in 1928 by Theodore Monod near Mauritania. It's described around 2.5 feet tall with crimson-colored skin that has a bluish tint. But it is not just one canine. There is a pack, maybe multiple packs, of these wild dogs said to be roaming northern Africa. Local tribesmen claim the Adjule has supernatural powers. They claim the Adjule use pheromones to cause discord amongst its prey, which make it easier for them to find the prey. Now, scientists are saying that it very well could be an isolated pack of African wild dogs. That is actually a very likely scenario, and due to the isolation and possible genetic drift in evolution is why they look different, or it could be an unidentified wild dog species. Whatever the case may be, watch out for a pack of wild dogs causing discord in a village, for you could be the next meal. And actually, here's some trivia for you. Adjules appear in the video game Resident Evil 5 as a parasite-infested dog. Thank you.
Guys, I apologize. I don't know why that video, the volume was low. It's on maxed on my end. So hopefully not all the videos are that low. I apologize. I'll make sure I'll have the link in the description so you guys can go there and play it louder. But a pack of dogs with magical powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they didn't say they had magic powers. They didn't have magic powers. They were just a bunch of dogs that were unusually colored, and they're not indigenous to the area. Huh.
Using the pheromones to confuse, it's pretty, I don't know. It's like, it kind of reminds me of a skunk mixed with some kind of like ancient, canine. Man, that's pretty cool. And then like infrasound, of course, big cats use to stun and confuse their prey. So it's the same concept, but man, and a lot of fish do it too. Also, to capture prey, but to get away from large predators as well. Fish that can't defend themselves, how they have like ink. They'll just spray ink and then try to dash away. So it's interesting, and it's definitely possible in the animal kingdom. And I think it's really cool how they have the Resident Evil connection, because the demon dog, and I was trying to like look for my book real quick, because my buddy Tony, his name is really Emiliano, but his Florida name is Tony, easier to say, but he had some kind of like demon dog wolfman type thing that the jaw was all crooked and coming out, and it ripped away some roadkill. And it was a really cool story. And so now instead of saying, well, I'm going to add in Adjule when I say hellhound, demon dogs, large black canines. Very interesting.
Yeah, I bet it was a canine.
Again, guys, I apologize for that one having a low volume, because usually if I find a video that has a low volume, I rerun it through my iMovie and I raise the volume. So I don't know if I missed that or just the gods are against me tonight.
Well, see, I wonder if that's they're canines. Now, I could tell you from experience that when I was in England, they have these cats called the Greys and all these fancy cats, and they're inevitably genetic. They're usually inbred cats. And there was one cat that this person owned that was an inbred cat. It was it had both male and female organs. This cat was both, because it was such an inbred. And it would secrete this stink that was like, oh my God, it's a cat. What is this? It's it would have this
picture. Looks like a cat almost.
Yeah, this, by seeing a cat that was inbred, was able to produce this stink, and it needed it because the other cats want to kill it. So somehow, male cats they mark their territories, but they have a scent. They have a gland that kind of mixes in with their piss, and it makes it stink. They mark their territories, and I wonder if those are cats.
It's interesting.
Well, this next one Again, these 3 cryptids are all out of Africa. So we're visiting Africa today.
Yeah.
This is the mysterious ancient legend of the Dingonek monster of Kenya.
Ooh.
You guys will see the name of it when you guys see the video, people. So shut up. All right. I wish they would make these freaking words a lot easier, especially with my voice today.
Yeah, especially you got COVID.
Going back in the early 20th century,
That sounds volume.
European explorers decided to explore the jungles of West Africa. While doing so, they would have been stepping on land that other humans hadn't been on before. The explorers made some incredible discoveries while here. For example, they found dozens of undiscovered species like the bongo. The bongo is the largest forest antelope.
Wow.
However, these same explorers also returned talking about creatures only a few had seen. One of them went by the name of Dingonek. This creature was unlike that of any jungle creature encountered before. It was said to live close to the jungle rivers. It's been given the name Jungle Walrus, with some describing it as being over 15 feet in length.
Oh, dragon.
Others, however, have suggested it only grows to around 10 to 12 feet. One hunter by the name of Edgar Bronson encountered the creature and said the following. This creature was over 14 feet in length. It had a large head that reminded me of a lioness, but shaped and marked like a leopard. It had 2 long fangs hanging down from its mouth, and was broad like a hippo. I fired at it, but it didn't do anything. In fact, this only angered the creature. Other explorers have described the creature as looking more like a hippo, but being a little bit larger, saying that it was more orange in colour and would give off a low grunt if you tried to approach it. One of the things to note about the jungles of Earth is that many of them haven't been explored. This doesn't mean that what people are seeing is genuine, but on the flip side, there still could be larger creatures out there that haven't been discovered and named by science. Even scientists themselves have come forward and said that every year they identify around 15,000 new species.
Yeah, they do.
Further saying that around 86% of existing species on Earth have yet to be discovered or identified.
Yep.
Skeptics have said the creature's true identity is that of a crocodile. Crocodiles can be found in tropical climates and do like places such as the jungles. One of the issues when it comes to cryptid sightings is that they're usually during hours of bad lighting, and this can cause an almost pareidolia effect, where people think they're seeing something entirely different. Most of the reports of this creature also match that of a crocodile. However, those who have encountered the creature have said that it isn't a crocodile, and is in fact something entirely different. So what do you guys make of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Ooh.
Then I'll pull up some image pictures.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Leviathan.
Wow.
You know,
Kind of reminds me of the underwater panther that we were talking about recently, Eric. Right there, you know, that's an underwater panther right there to me.
Saber-toothed tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It could be definitely, because dinosaurs were definitely here, so, or lizards were definitely here. Like, there it is. What have I seen that in a movie?
It's playing. It's got a bowling ball.
It's kind of like
Wow.
10,000 BC, the saber-toothed tiger, but it reminds me of the creature Eric and I were talking about recently. What had the hand as the tail that could pull things in. It's somewhat similar to that right there. That one's got like a fish, a tadpole. Wow.
Huh. And it was covered in hair. I would imagine it was left over from the Ice Age, and they just kept the hair. Huh? You know, remember rhinos used to have hair. Elephants used to have hair. A lot of the large creatures used to have hair during the Ice Age. Lots of thick hair. Then they lost it all when the sun came out. Could be one of these guys.
Really cool.
Yeah. And I like when they said that they're finding new species all the time.
Oh, every day.
Every day there's something new. So,
Yeah, I was gonna ask Connor about. I was reading the article yesterday about an African snail, and it's like the size of your hand, It's like a big.
Wasn't it found in America and the city had to be under quarantine?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Can you tell us about that? I mean, I hate to interrupt this, but this is good too. But can you tell us a little bit about an African snail that quarantined the whole town?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know much more than literally just that one was spotted and they had to quarantine the whole town. I don't know if it was for protection of the species or protection of the people from the species.
Oh, there we go.
That tells us right here that, there's still stuff right under our nose in America that, is undiscovered or unreported at least. And,
damn.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
The size of that fucker.
I've been seeing some videos on TikTok of bees like the size of your arm, man. And it's scary to think that, ants can be the size of your car in the jungle, and they gotta run fast too.
Where did it come from? I've never seen anything. I've never heard of an African snail the size of a fucking hand.
They better call it the Alabama snail soon.
Right? And why would they call it African? Is it from Africa? I mean, how do they know where it came from?
I'll show you something else that's giant in Africa as my third cryptid.
It's on the same subject, African.
Or Congolese giant spider. Is a cryptid described as a large spider with a leg span of 4 to 6 feet. It has mostly been spotted in the African Congo. The spiders are described by Baka natives as weaving layers made of leaves and spinning a circular web between two trees. The animals are said to prey upon birds and other small game animals. The Baka people of Cameroon say it's hairy and very tarantula-like, and its body is around 3 feet across and the legs nearing 4 feet in length. Locals describe the creature as brown in color with a purple mark on the abdomen. This cryptid gained the Western world's attention when in 1938, British explorer R.K. Lloyd and his wife traveled to the Congo jungles while on their honeymoon. As they were driving down a remote stretch of road, a unique creature crawled out in front of them. Inching closer, they realized it was a giant spider. Before they could take a picture, the creature scurried back into the forest. Leave a comment down below and tell me if you think it's possible for such a spider to exist. And also tell me what's the largest spider you've ever came across.
Oh man!
I tell you what, I don't like giant spiders digging them, jumping on top of you, sucking your blood. But let's see here. Let's look at some pictures here.
Acrophobia.
Nah, like I said, I don't know if these pictures
That
are
ain't
real.
real. That can't be real.
That can't be real.
No. Good try, whoever somebody put out there.
Hey, all you gotta do is watch Harry Potter or.
I was gonna say that. Didn't Hagrid? Didn't Hagrid save one in the Enchanted Forest, and then she had babies?
Yep, yeah. And then it ended up, saving Harry and the gang a little bit later in the cycle.
Hey,
yeah.
One of my favorite movies is Eight-Legged Freaks.
That's right.
They grew with radiation.
Well, how many legs do they have? I wonder. Is it 4 each side?
Looks like it. David Arquette. Arachnophobia was a really good movie too.
I love that movie.
Goes in the past on that.
It's one of my favorites.
And believe it or not, that movie's only PG-13, but it has some scary moments.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's on my desert island favorite list. It's just a sleeper hit.
Oh, that's fake.
Oh wow. Because remember, they bite you, then they insert vomit like an acid inside of you, where it eats your insides. Then once your insides liquefy, then they just suck it out of you and leave your shell there. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I got some paranormal stuff that's from Africa too.
Oh.
I got some paranormal from Africa. All right, now this one is actually really quick. It's like only like 30 seconds or something, but then I took it again and I kind of like expand to go closer to this little floating orb, because this is a ghost caught on camera in South Africa.
Oh.
So it's really quick. You got to watch it on the bottom. It's nothing like scary or anything, but it is from Africa, and it's hard to find things from Africa. I tell you that.
It is.
Right there.
Wait. Okay.
Versus first floor. Then I zoom in a little bit more.
Wow.
Right there.
I don't know.
Is that a dust? Is it
I don't know. It's cube, which telling me it's part of the pixelation of the camera for sure.
It's got a walking vibe though, too.
But it has a walking vibe to it, yeah.
That's the thing, it does. It has a walking vibe to it. Here. It's like it's almost like walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pixelation is from the camera, but it's still a thing. It's walking.
Wow.
Huh? Yeah.
But the thing is, you think it's a mouse, but then it just disappears.
And nobody would under CGI. You know what I mean? They usually go all in with something. That's not all in. That's just like an actual capture.
Yeah, that's just like real quick. Watch. And it just goes away. Slow motion. And it just stops and disappears.
Yeah.
And you guys see the date, November 2019, right before the world really flipped. So I'm just saying, I'm sure everybody's footage and photography from those times were energy overload, because that's when all the CEOs were stepping down. That's when all of us were catching on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
oh, shit. Yeah.
He says that's a CTV overlay recording. I see that a lot on security cameras.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
I'm not saying that's a real thing, but it's there. It was there. Wanted to share it, see what everybody thinks.
Yeah. We were halfway there. We're like, we see the camera pixels, but what the fuck? Very good. Very good.
Well, this other one from Africa is the most tragic ghost story out of South Africa. Oh. 3 origins of the highway Sheila legend.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's the title. I'm not lying. That's the whole title. The most tragic ghost story out of South Africa, 3 origins of the highway Sheila legend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That has been passed. The highway Sheila story is one that has been passed from one generation to another. It's been told all around Durban and has had multiple pieces of media based on it, from Kumar Naidu's major motion picture to Ali's low-budget production. But as the legend grows more popular and people add different variations to the story, the actual origin becomes lost in translation. The origin was vague to begin with, and pop culture's attempt to profit off the story may saturate any truth it may have had. So I've looked through as many different variations as I can find, and have found 3 versions of what may be the true origins of Highway Sheila.
Oh. What is the true story? Sock it to us. Give us the real skinny. What's
hey guys,
the story?
I release 2 new videos every week, so please subscribe and ring the bell icon to get notified as soon as they are uploaded.
What's your
The original story of Highway Sheila, which I covered in an earlier video, usually comes in 2 variations. The first says that Sheila was a woman who was waiting for a lift along the Higginson Highway around the Chatsworth area. It was night, and a reckless driver who may have been drunk struck her with his or her car.
Ouch.
She now haunts the highway looking for reckless or drunk drivers, causing them to crash their vehicles.
Classic.
The second story says that while Sheila was waiting on the highway, she was attacked, raped, and murdered, and her body was buried in an unknown location. The man or men who had committed these crimes were never apprehended. Her spirit now waits on the highway for unfaithful men to stop for her, and when they do, she murders them. The second legend comes more from American law rather than South African. It talks about the woman in white. The story of the woman in white is, however, not exclusive to one location. It can happen anywhere, but it mostly occurs in an area that is traversed by people. For a woman in white to be created, a female has to either witness, commit, or be the victim of a brutal crime, and then die soon after. The crime distresses the spirit so much that it cannot rest and will forever be cursed to roam the area, reliving its pain. After giving it some thought, the story seems much more likely to be true, as it's not specific to one location or person as most ghost stories are, but rather can happen to anyone at any place. The last legend for me seems like the least likely, but also the most interesting. The Irish have a legend that is very similar in law to the Grim Reaper. It tells of women who, like the woman in white, met violent and brutal ends. Because of this, their souls were never able to rest. Unlike the tale of the woman in white, however, the Irish legend says that these hurt and restless spirits, which they call banshees, now roam the earth searching for people who are close to death. Once they find someone, they stay with them to the last seconds and take away their pain, so that they may have a peaceful and comfortable crossing into the afterlife. Over the years, the Highway Sheila legend has gone through many changes, and in the coming years, with the highly anticipated sequel to the Kumara Naidu movie, it will go through many more changes. Whether those changes are good for the legend or not is yet to be determined. But the Highway Sheila legend will always have a place in our lives as Durban's scariest ghost story. Hey guys, my channel is just starting.
And then Amber Paraworld just said, oh, not that one. She said, where is it? I legit got the woman in white on video a few weeks ago. Wow.
I always have a question. I mean, I debunk, but I was like, why is it that they're always in white? I'm like, okay, they can have, they can have paisley, there's different colors. The woman in white, always the dead girl in white on the road, reminds me of Star Trek, where the guys in red always get killed. I mean, so am I going to start seeing, like, if I were in Star Trek, if I was up in spaceship, we would always see the guy in red walk by? Because they're the only ones that die. So if you're wearing a white dress, don't go on a back row, because you could be that person. You could be that woman in white one day.
Right.
Now Amber, do you have this video? Is this video on your YouTube page? That's something that we could look at?
I thought it was really cool too that right when they mentioned Ireland, Damien was in the chat for one, and then two, he was talking about it's 420 in Ireland right when they bring up an Irish fact during his African time. So
synchronicity.
Again, that was a sign that I was exactly where I needed to be, and so were you guys. So
synchronicity,
that's special, man.
Yeah, if she can send us that video, I want to take a look at it. I want to see the woman in white die again.
Oh, she said that? Everything we wear could be everything we could wear could be a ghost clothes. Okay.
Cool. I have a lot of Honolulu shirts though. I'd be the guy. I'd be the Honolulu shirt guy on the road walking.
She's looking for the video.
Cool.
Because I got her channel here.
I always figured it was a wedding dress, and they were like running away from the wedding. They get hit by a car.
Yeah, but
there is a woman in blue in Mariana, so sometimes they are, wearing something else. But woman in white is definitely one of the most popular. But Daniel Radcliffe will tell you the woman in black.
The woman in black.
Yeah,
because the women in white like to hang out in like wells, like abandoned old wells. They like to crawl into the wells. And why is it they're always brunette? I don't know.
Well, Bob, here's a question. For this, where are the caveman ghosts?
That's a good question. Right? Yeah, they would be a dumb. Well, I don't know. That's good. Well, yeah. Well, it must be reincarnation. I don't know. That's a good question.
Probably in the caves.
They're probably in caves.
Cave. Well, who knows? If you're in the mountains, forest, and you hear these noises and stuff, how do you know that's not a caveman ghost? I mean,
could be a caveman ghost.
Know every single noise. Who's creating the noise? We don't. Sorry about that. I'm making it. One up is on my TikTok. The title is "Two Ghosts on Video." Okay, let me go pull up TikTok.
Here we go.
We pull up.
Woman in white.
And banshees kind of remind me of bodocks from the Odd Thomas series. If there was about to be death, these bodocks would come in and kind of like harvest that energy. And the banshee is always seen right before someone died. And my aunt saw one in Ireland like 80 years ago and got scorned for it most of her life. And it's crazy that she kind of designed my path for me, and she didn't even mean to. She was just living her truth.
So title is Two Ghosts.
Here we go. It's like the Valkyrie. It's always the ladies who have to do the dirty work. They're always like flying down there and picking up the dirty old dead guys, dead people. Sucks for them. If I were a woman, I don't know if I want to go up to Valhalla or heaven. You guys will be working.
Watching in the dark is better, but the thing is, two ghosts. I mean, these don't really have titles. They have,
but I'm
right here. Two ghosts made appearance in my video. Oh, there's music there, so I better keep it because music is majorly copyrighted. Woman in white walks behind me. Walks beside my shoulder. Oh, right there.
Yeah, I saw white appear.
Got it.
Did you see it? Watch again, people. Right? Here, can I make this bigger? Oh, shoot. Where? Oh, I hate that when I do that. I gotta make it bigger, and then, there we go. Is that bigger?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Watch beside my shoulder. Right.
Yeah, it's clearly
a
white blur goes
right
past.
Yeah.
But then you can see it kind of goes back, like it goes to the right, and then it backtracks back. Yeah, and it loops around. It's not just quick.
That's
good.
Cool.
That's good. And was she alone by herself? Or was who else was in the room with her though?
I don't know. It's a good question.
The woman in white.
Okay.
Yeah, the woman in white is there. So that is cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Unless it was really cold and somebody farted.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a woman in white, a little behind me.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all.
Arms lying the way.
Yeah. I want to meet a succubus.
Are you brave enough to stay all night in the haunted house? Hell yeah, I'll stay all night in that house. I know I would. Connor would stay.
Oh, I would, easy.
Oh, we would. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'd bring some beer. We'd bring some smoke. Have a great time.
Hell yeah.
Acid.
Yeah. Acid. Okay, dudes. We're going to trip balls tonight out of mushrooms. Oh, my God.
The ghosts are going to be scared of us.
Real mermaid?
Ghosts are scared of us.
What's a real mermaid?
Get into the box.
I was really excited that Amber and her family got to go to the beach because I know she's big on the mermaids and Ohio, West Virginia. I know that feeling. You want to get to that white sand, that white powder, and you get there.
Is it where? A white figure disappeared in the sand. Oh, right there. The glow.
I look like a flashlight. That was not a flashlight?
That looks like a white figure after the glow.
Huh. Well, I saw a hand look like.
Go to my YouTube channel and watch the whole video investigation. Oh, that's good. That's pretty good.
Watch the light and then watch.
Right. Yep, I see it.
Yeah, you can see the legs.
And then right there, that's a weird light color.
Yeah, I think the light probably right there. See how it steps across right there? Yeah.
Wow.
The light was probably like a family member.
Yeah.
Flashing towards her.
The first part was a flashlight, looked like it. Then after that was over, then it went behind.
Yeah.
The ghost is like, oh shit, they spotted me. When actually, they're just flashing the other way. But then they were spotted after.
What? They like her backside for some reason.
They do.
Yeah. You got something we don't know about? What's going on?
That's right. They do.
It seems the dead world likes your booty. What's going on with that?
All right, guys, let's go take a look at some UFOs. All right, I couldn't really find anything cool with UFOs in Africa. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But I got one in New Zealand and Melbourne, Australia of this year.
Very cool.
So this first one is actually supposed to be footage. It's called Two UFOs over Tauranga, New Zealand.
I like
these.
these.
New Zealand, this is your This is your
Kiwi
UFO.
Brothers. Sure.
Kiwis.
Well, I see Hobbs is in here with interesting theories.
Right there.
Oh,
And
wow.
Eric, I sent you an alien video on the DM
Flying saucers. Here they are. These
that I made earlier.
Yeah.
Two yellow.
Yeah, just floating around.
It's almost like they're going at the same speed, even though one's behind it.
Yeah. That's how they like to move around. And they're keeping the same pace and rate, so.
I like how it's like riding the top of the building like it knows it's being watched. It's like, haha, you're still seeing me. Because at that pace, it would have already gone out of sight. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good footage.
And then the guy like changes the color for you so you can really see it more in the sky.
And they're low too, they're not high.
What is this? Eric, wait.
Chinese lanterns?
Release my UFO photos, literally from the road. They're epic. Oh, cool.
I mean, they could be Chinese lanterns because that's the rate they would move with a fine wind, as they're not doing the bouncings like the magnetic bouncings they would do. It's just like a riding the wind. Again, people, I'm only guessing. I don't know.
Lights over Vegas, I could just hung in the air, and they kept insisting it was a plane. Yeah, I can see UFOs liking all the lights in Vegas. You know, Vegas has a lot of lights. It's probably very attractive for.
Here we go.
Doing it in different colors, so you kind of see what it looks like. So
okay, so they're round.
That's really cool. That's a really good filter right there.
Yeah, and there's no lights flashing on them.
So New Zealand.
Ah.
What?
New Zealand.
Sheep lovers, New Zealanders are.
They like that mutton.
Hey, that's where the Lord of the Rings are made.
Yeah. Shit.
And Eric, the director of Thor, is from New Zealand as well. Taika Waititi.
I want to go there.
Wilder people.
I'd be afraid to live there for a while. I'd come back with face tattoos. Eric, I'm back from New Zealand. He's like, oh, dude, you're covered in face tattoos. Yeah, it's what everyone does there.
Yep. Now, this one is UFOs Flying Saucer over Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, shit.
So, when this description, I was chasing them till they suddenly disappeared. They were shifting spaces from square blocks to thin rectangular shapes. So, guys, in this video, he is driving, so you got to kind of like follow on. Hey, there's Daniela, who's from New Zealand. Did she have anything to say about it? Wow, never seen that turns to UFO footage. Yesterday, we had a daytime meteor over the lower North Island in North Zealand.
No shit.
That was an earthquake. Wow.
No shit.
Wow. And that New Zealand footage supposedly happened this year. That's not an old footage, people. That's actually the one that's supposed to happen this year.
We got another meteorite coming close to Earth tonight.
Here we go.
So there's a couple of them been coming towards, I don't know where they're from, but they're coming in.
We better watch out because the movie Coherence
right there.
is really crazy when there's a meteor over.
You guys see it?
Caught him. Those aren't jets?
I mean, I don't know. They could be. Apparently, he's going to chase him down, and then apparently they disappear.
His Toyota Corolla is going to chase the jets and spaceship down. I love it. I would try it too in my Ford Contour. Blue Angels ain't got nothing on my red car.
Right there.
In here.
Dope. Yeah, those are definitely discs.
Look like jets, man. Well, everyone knows what a jet looks like, so I wouldn't think he'd be just chasing jets. So, we got to give him some credit on this. They're unidentified.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Australian people, we can trust these people. And then they put the color on there.
Okay, now we get to
there. You see the white dots.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, and I'm not saying maybe they are jets. I mean, I'm not saying
I don't know. He wouldn't follow jets, though. There's those fast little fuckers. There could be those little Tic Tacs that are showing up everywhere. The Tic Tacs are everywhere. I saw one today. My cousin was screaming. Our cousin was screaming out the door today. Ooh, wait, is that them he zoomed in on?
Apparently, there's like almost 4 of them. Here, let's go back to it. Here, let's.
Okay.
Happy Independence Day, baby.
Huh. Those are the classic discs. That's the classic disc.
Yeah.
Why is it the classic discs are showing up abroad overseas and we're getting Tic Tacs?
I like how that one, like the second one from left to right, is kind of like a top, and tops just stay, and probably in a perfect element, it probably could just keep spinning. So it's something, of course, to be, most efficient in the air, but it's just fascinating, man. Like if they land somewhere like special, like on marble or onyx, like it says in the good book, maybe it can harness some kind of energy or create some kind of noise. I don't know. I'm just
Damien's saying legit. So he's saying legit.
Paranormal
Pixie's saying you can expect to see a lot more of them in the next few months.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Amber, add garlic powder to the water. Okay. Add garlic powder to the water. Okay. Laugh out loud. I don't mind. Is that 4 jets in formation? But those are shapes of a jet.
We were saying jets earlier, but those can't be jets. Those aren't jets.
It has 2 roundish.
They look like the classic disc. A little swollen at the bottom, a little bump at the bottom, it's just showing up more. The classic one from the 50s, Eric, has been showing up again, like abroad. And all like new photographs. I'm like, that's the old disc. Why are they bringing back retro? Who's flying retro now? I thought we had moved up to the Tic Tacs.
And then people, we're gonna jump into the Mandela effect. I found one thing about Africa, and then after the Mandela effect, Connor sent me a lot of videos on Instagram that we'll check out. So this is about the only thing that I could find on Mandela effect about Africa. So.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.
Wow. Felt like I was going to have a heart attack right there in a second. But I'm good. Now, Bob, I wish Texas Danny was here because this is more in line what you and Texas Danny does. This is the continent of Africa. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mandela Effect. Does anyone remember Africa was a completely isolated continent it was more under thoughts, because the current reality, if you look at Africa, it is extremely close to Europe. And yeah, this is really odd to me. So I remember Africa as completely isolated island continent like this. Um, if you look at because I was taught that the history of evolution and all life started at Africa. So if you look at the Homo sapiens, they actually, millions of years ago, they travel, they spread it to worldwide. And if that's the case, if Africa is so close to Europe, if this is the case, they should, the European people should have more darker skin color. So it doesn't make sense to me, because the way the Africa I remember.
Okay, so Bob, with this saying that, I guess he kind of brings a good question. Since Africa is so near the UK, why aren't they darker skinned, kind of like Africa? Or what do you know? I know you've done some stuff about land changes.
Yeah, I did all that. Well, number one, you got to redo your frame of mind. I had to redo my whole fucking frame of mind, because my mind thinks of a globe and its circle, and the land masses were much, much larger. Australia was way the hell down by New Zealand was everything was way larger and larger proportion and spread out. But after 2016, I woke up to a pizza pie. Literally, I'm just like taking a pizza and going like this, and I said, fucking everything's on a flat surface. It's been squashed. Now, I'm not a flat earther. I've never been one but after 2016, visually, I'm like, what happened? Like, that person's right. Africa has been pushed up and smushed up towards Europe. The Mediterranean is much smaller. And now Germany has oceanfront property. They were landlocked from all corners. That's why they went to war with everybody. They wanted a little space by the ocean, but they didn't have it. Now they do. This person is correct. And they had a globe perspective. So they had a globe that he had a picture of a global perspective. That's how it would look. But now I'm not in anybody's camp. I'm just telling you observation-wise, it's a damn pizza. Now, that's what this person is talking about. Like, what happened?
In Africa is huge as well. Of course, in America, we're the best. We wouldn't want to, we don't know that, there's 15 major cities in Africa that are thriving. We might know about Dubai. Some people don't even know about Dubai. Some people think that most people live in boxes in Africa, but they have super technology in some areas. So it's just interesting as a dumb American what we learn about the other countries, and I think it goes way beyond all of that. Yeah, but I'm with you, Dr. Wu. It's earthquake shaped like clay pressed under a seal, like the good book says.
Yeah. That's why it's a comic book for me. Everyone knows my philosophy. I'm like, I'm just looking at a fucking page.
I hear global or globe. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, that was like the only Mandela effect besides Nelson Mandela. I didn't want to throw down that again. But that was like the only other one I could find about Africa.
Yeah, that's a decent one. That's decent. It says a lot about where we are, perception. O'Connor's talking about how the maps, European countries would always make this larger and make other countries that were less than them smaller. In reality, the other countries are much larger, and the European countries are much smaller. But everything's proportioned wrong now on these maps.
Let's jump into Instagram. Connor sent me some stuff today on Instagram. And all these are videos, right?
Yeah, and then I sent you some pictures too that are circulating online right now. Coyote Peterson. Scroll down. Keep going. Yeah. The Coyote Peterson, he's the one that does Brave Wilderness. He just posted those online, saying he found them, and of course, people are already like debunking them and saying you can buy those skulls online. Coyote Peterson is a high-end, wilderness guy, like dang near the new Steve Irwin. So I don't think he would be hoaxing anybody. They probably are a gorilla skull, but it might be a Neanderthal caveman. I just think it's fascinating. I just posted it on TikTok and just to open up the conversation. But Coyote Peterson went to Ohio State. He is one of my heroes. I've mentioned him on a lot of videos because he gets bit by all these things like venomous creatures and velvet ants, and he's very into it. But yeah, this is circulating online, and everybody is going to war right now over these skull pictures.
Now, is he gonna? I don't know. Have you heard if he's gonna get them tested or anything? Or
you would have to.
I sent you a picture of like his paragraph, so that's all I know.
I mean, if it's a hominid, it's an investigation. It involves the government.
Yeah, he likes that. He talks about the government and shit.
If it's a hominid, it involves the government, so he's going to have it tested. Someone will show up and just take them. That's hominids belong to the United States government if he's in the States.
I think he found it in Oregon, Damien. So right where Eric is.
Oh. That's a jawbone look like.
Actually, British Columbia, my bad. Someone else was saying Oregon, though. So right there already shows how much, I contributed to it, but, someone else.
British Columbia is only 2 hours away.
Well, that's different now. That's Canada. Canada's not going to send a bunch of Mounties over to fucking pick. They don't care about hominids. I mean, they do, but there's no real crime or no team coming after them. As in the States, Eric, especially remember in Washington where it's against the law. You go to prison for murder if you shoot a Bigfoot.
That's true.
They would have to investigate it if it's a hominid. But British Columbia is not going to investigate, I guess.
And of course, the Bigfoot wouldn't know the difference between BC and Washington and Oregon.
No, it wouldn't know.
Pacific Northwest Forest to them.
Yeah, so I don't. I mean, unless I'm not saying he's hoaxing, but if I were to hoax something and if I were to find some sort of hominid remains, I would definitely want to find it in Canada. If it was a hoax, I'm saying, because they wouldn't come after.
Saying Jeff Meldrum says it's a gorilla skull. Other people are saying you can buy a kit like that on Amazon, on eBay for like $3,500 or $800. So it's interesting. I think it's fascinating. It looks like a real bone. I found a real bone a couple hours ago today in the rivers, and it looks like that. So it's very, very interesting to me.
Go back to it. Go back to it. The skull. You're gonna see. If you zoom, but go back to the full picture of that skull. Okay, so you see on top of his head there. It looks like a plate coming up. That's called a Newcomb's crest. And gorillas have that. It's a Newcomb's crest. So that is definitely a gorilla skull. That is a gorilla skull. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know. I mean, from the observations I've had from all the stuff from Sasquatch they have a more of a humanoid, elongated skull. They don't have a Newcomb's crest that I've ever noticed. Oh. That is a signature of an ape. It's that. If you had no flesh,
could be a Gigantopithecus. I'm not sure.
Gigantopithecus too. So what it is, the reason why they have that thin plate coming up is because that's where the muscles attached that come down to the jawbone. That means they ate very hard roots and nuts, and they can like an alligator's jaw. You guys ever seen alligator skull? They have the same Newcomb's crest because that's where the muscles come in attached to it. So that means he had huge jaw muscles that come down for chewing.
What a
interesting. Beast. Yeah, that's it could be a Australopithecus.
All right. I gotta here's some maybe you guys take this stuff with a grain of salt. I got some videos from YouTube sent to me that he has in a private, but he's letting me show it. This is what I'm showing you is from maybe Mandela affected.
Oh, cool.
Let me go.
Solid.
Well, this one is crop circle created by UFOs or something else flying, and one One out. It's your experience. And you can see this on his video. He sent it to me. Now, what I like about this, when you look up, it's not like he's in a field where you can tell there's a circle, but when you look up, you can actually see an image. Yet, remember, this grass is like cut there. So you really got to stare at it. So
I want to see this.
Here we go.
Oh, he's got the drone. That's right.
See that? See how there's a circle there? Here, go again. There's like a pattern. Okay, right there.
I see a circle.
It's like a pattern. It's like an octagon.
Oh, I see an octagon.
You see like an octagon. There's like green circles and boom. Just look at that. It's like a circle right there.
Oh, God, I see it. It looks like an old one. It's an old one. It has, oh, yeah. Oh, it's an old one. I mean,
fascinating.
When the weather comes and they go away, but they say these things are radioactive, where it bends, it delicately bends the grass or whatever it is. It's an old one.
I'd love to see someone trace it out, like on the video, or just put it through different filters, just so we could see the actual patterns to it.
Cool.
Boom, right there.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And is that your buddy standing there, or is this just a video he found?
No, that's Mandela. That's Mandela affected.
That's him. That's rad.
That's him and his buddy.
He's on my trust list. He's on my trust list. Yeah, I trust him.
Bob, what's his buddy's name?
Oh, Scott. Yeah, Scott.
Scott.
Wow,
yeah, that's him and Scott.
That's cool.
And what I like about it is we all think of like wheats, where you see pouches. But,
oh, fuck.
But I guess he's saying is look everywhere, because these crop circles might be beneath your feet.
I wonder if
you know it.
I really wonder if he's not on the side. I'm not sure. I wonder if he brought a radiation, like a small meter or something to check for radiation.
And then
or a magnet or a compass or something.
Okay, now Bob, this one is really for you. He gave me 3 of them, and this is, like I said, you can't watch on his videos. He's allowing me to share it.
Yeah, he's allowing you.
This is about the Star Fort.
Oh, God damn it. Here we go. Cool.
Star Fort.
Here we go. And these guys are boots on the ground.
Here we go. Fuck. Strange new Mandela effect, Star Fort 35 C clip from 25 minutes footage.
Look at that fucking Star Fort. Wow.
So, Bob, tell people what's...
I'm staring at it. No, these things popped up everywhere. They popped up... in fact, the Statue of Liberty went from Ellis Island to a fucking Fort Wood. Hey, after a cousin of ours. Anyway, Star Fort. And I was just trying to figure out what was the purpose. And so, defensively, they would absorb an impact of a I would say, cannon fire. Because of the shape, that's just one of many things. But they would absorb the energy of some sort of fire. It would absorb it by being a star. Instead of being straight walls, like you guys watching the old movies like in Lord of the Rings, where they're just shooting balls into the straight wall castles. Well, Star Forts are brilliant because it'll absorb a lot of the energy from the balls. But they're everywhere. They're all over everywhere in the States, in Europe. I was out looking for them too. They're everywhere. They popped up. It's an ingenious construction, and maybe it's connected to free energy. I don't know. More often than not, for a joke, people pull out like old electronics. Like if you take an old television set, open the back up, and look at the circuitry, it's similar to what you see in Star Forts and a lot of constructions from the past.
Yep, the old world, the mud flood.
Yeah.
What's below? What are they harvesting? What are they honoring? Where are the highways leading?
Yeah. Also key shape. There's key shape ponds. There's ponds everywhere that are manufactured, man-made. Who knows when they made them? And there's a centerpiece, like a little stretch of land, and it's key-shaped. And they're all over the place.
And then I got one more.
People say, what do you think it is, Robert? I say, well, it's obviously, if I wanted to create something and you wanted to make a natural hydraulic system, and you want to use, I would have these particular things built in ponds where water comes down and adds pressure, like hydraulics, and then what comes out at the end, if you had a hose, it condenses it down. You would have like a spray. you could cut into rock and draw pictures with no problem.
What's going on with Amber's goat nightmare? She's still keeping those babies' womb hostages. I induced her 12 hours ago. Oh, wow.
Oh, poor goat.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because Hobbs praying for your goat and newborns. Yeah. Well, this is the last video he's letting me see. This one is called...
It's great.
What's the main bits that you see that are impossible? That's what he wrote. What the main bits that you see that are impossible? Let's see.
Okay. Oh, good. He's zooming in. Thank God.
What are the main bits that are impossible?
Well, I'm not seeing weather. I'm not seeing. It's weather erosion. Weather erosion. Natural weather erosion takes. Beaches are soft and round, and these are like jagged and. Yeah, that looks like just chunks of the fucking surface has just been ripped off.
It looks like a turtle head looking out, and that's all that's left is just like the turtle head and the spine.
Look at that rock there. It's leaning against the other one. It's like a shoreline is missing. It's been just chunked off. Where's the weather? Where's the mechanical weathering? We could see some of it.
It's a snake or a turtle.
Oh, he's talking about maybe there's an old
mud fossil.
Maybe it was a construction. Maybe it was.
See how the head, like that big stone, could be the head to the left, and then it circles around like a snake, and he follows it. So maybe.
I'm looking at the stratigraphy, which is different layers of the rock going down.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. This rocky, chunky, removed, cut. Is he thinking that there was a civilization here and this was artificially made? It might be man-made. Like there might have been something there and then it was just fell into the water, just crumbled off, somehow removed.
Like the old coastline or the bricks, because that's what they say. The coast used to make all the way to bricks, all the way to the dome. So
that's the weird. It's a weird one. You go 100 different directions with that one. Unless I'm down there, I need to get down there with a rock hammer.
It looks like a good place to smoke.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get down there with a fucking rock hammer and a trowel and see if I can pull out the fucking. Let's take a look at the rocks. Oh, those are good. Yeah, he's a scientist. He's got I guess his advanced degree in chemical engineering. So he's also experiencing the phenomenon called the Mandela effect. So that's where he takes the handle, CB handle, MA. He's maybe a little affected, him and Scott. So that's pretty good when he puts stuff out because it's got a lot of science to it, and he don't give you the answer. That means you got to have been to go to school. You have to have some education. He's just not giving the answer. You have to have some education in something, at least basics in geology.
He also does something with pictures because he asked me to send him like a high resolution picture of groups of people, which is kind of hard.
They're amazing.
And then he took like the picture. He sent me a 9-minute video just to me about the picture I sent him.
Red, it's quite clean. The
and he finds things with these pictures. But apparently, I sent them a low resolution. It's hard to find high resolution.
Here, let me find something real quick. See those 3 people with masks on? They're pussies.
Well, the Asians have always wore the masks. Even when I was in the military, there's nothing new for them with the masks. They used to always, like, hundreds of them wear them on the subways all the time in the train system, the trains over
because
there.
Because of the smog out there, right?
That's the smog. Yeah. They've always wore them. There's been no change over there. They've always had masks. When I was there, they always had masks. So it was to them. They already had them in the drawer. Just put them on. It's common over there.
No, I just think it's cool that he tells me to send him a picture, and he makes a whole video of dissecting it for me.
Well, yeah.
He just did it for me. He didn't,
Well, photography is huge. It's a huge, strange. That's why I always joke about it being a comic book. And because we talked about some pictures, and they're wrong. I'm looking at pictures from the 1800s, and they're wrong. They're not. They can't be the type of photography they had. They can't be. Those pictures can't exist. And he and I were looking at ones from. It was the Boer Wars, the Boer War down in South Africa, and the Boer War. There was a war. Okay, now there's like 3 or 4, I guess 3 at the most. Now there's multiple Boer Wars, and they have pictures. It's important because Boer Wars. Right after Boer Wars, we had the apartheid, which we had Nelson Mandela, which is all related. But anyway, they had these pictures of the Boer War, and he was pointing them out. I'm like, this is fucking silly. You have guys laying and you could tell they're not dead. You could tell they're posing on the ground. Some of them are clean with clean boots. Everything looks posed and fake. And the uniform, you're like, this is fake. This is like a posed picture.
And Bob, Donnie wrote, people in Asia wears masks for the air pollution and the yellow dust from the Gobi Desert.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gobi Desert now, that's becoming an issue all over the globe, or all the back of the turtle, we'll call it. That desert is blowing dust up in the air everywhere. It's affecting weather really bad.
This right here, guys, is some guy named Connors, Bigfoot and On. This is his TikTok channel. I'll put the link to his TikTok here, and he's got this one called Forest Giant. Oh, yeah, right there. Should I let them in? Right there.
Oh, wow. Shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, these are the ones people send you, right?
I just scour them. I found this online. I just downloaded it right from the girl's profile, actually. It's just some mom in the back of her woods. And, it's a pretty cool video. I just call it Forest Giant because it's definitely something walks past.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Well, what is this one? I Plead the Fifth?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Georgia Guidestones. This has been on my bucket list for so long, and we spent all morning getting here. What a wild journey. We have the 10 Commandments written in 8 different languages, supposed to guide us to a positive world. And some people think there's a dark conspiracy to it. It says to put human population down to 500 million. We're at about 7 billion right now. Do the math. It's a magnetic place. It pulled me here for a long time ago. Think it, believe it, achieve it. We made this happen. Manifested it in our mind.
That's when he goes and sets up the C4.
I got to be honest. I didn't know that existed. I did not know. Now I know this existed. I might want to see it.
No, Eric.
You can't see it now. It's gone.
Yeah, Eric. They got bombed 2 days ago, and then yesterday they got demolished. So it's a weird feeling for me because I did it. I went and checked that off my bucket list because I needed to, and now people don't get to, and I don't know how that feels because I saw them. I'm sorry for y'all, man, but watch it through my video. I was there.
So what did you use as it a C4 or what kind of explosives? What kind of explosives you use?
I can see Connor have his own TV show. You're right where he's standing right in front of it. Yeah, I can see Connor.
Danielle, appreciate that. But the comments on there are really funny. And Terry Brown actually commented a funny thing that the FBI was, contacting him, asking where I was and stuff. A lot of people commented crazy things, and I'm sure the FBI guy actually typed it in real quick, and then they saw the video was older. They're like, "Did this one?"
Yeah.
What is this one?
This is my proudest video of the last week.
Keeping our eyes open for Two-Toe Tom, a man in Cypress Springs with True Paradise. Let's just make it back to safety. On Home Street, clearing a little bit of a storm, trying to make it back to safety. Keeping our eyes open for Two-Toe Tom, a man in Cypress Springs with True Paradise. Let's just make it back to safety.
Now, who's Two-Toe Tom?
Two-Toe Tom is one. He's mentioned in our cartoon, so that's very cool. He's the one I talk about in the car ride, of course. But
Tom, you did, yes.
So he's super famous. But Two-Toe Tom is a 24-foot alligator, demon gator dinosaur that has killed livestock, mule, and even a little girl. He has been shot and dynamited and still survived, and he only has 2 toes. And he's been spotted from Alabama down to Holmes Creek. And I just went on a Independence Day kayak trip with some friends, and it was legendary, and we were right in his territory, and my kayak got a hole in it, so I was surviving that. And then there was a really bad storm, so that video is actually during some rain, and we still had 3 miles to go. I ended up getting saved by a boat, and I got it all recorded. It's going to come out probably in a couple months, but I'm super excited.
Lucky you didn't get eaten by Two-Toe Tom.
Oh, I know, man. And everybody on the river and the creek knows about Two-Toe Tom. And I'm like, oh, and he really likes bright kayaks too, messing with people. And it was really fun. And I'm honestly really proud of that video. It's only like 10 seconds, but the fact that it was storming, I asked my friend Cass to videotape it. She's like, heck yeah. And she got the angles right. It got like 70,000 views. Which is very cool, and I'm just very happy for it. And but yeah, Two-Toe Tom is like my favorite cryptid as of recent, and he even has a Wikipedia page, so he's doing better than me at this point.
Nice.
And he might even make an appearance in episode 3. Because I foreshadow, I talk about him in episode 1 of our cartoon. Before Eric shushes me.
You never know.
I hope Otterman shows up in our cartoons.
There's a lot of things being worked on, so you never know.
Is Otterman going to make a presence?
I'll show like I even got people creating end credits for me. Here's a little example.
And Eric, can you go back to the Instagram videos once this is done too?
Oh.
Nice. We're about to get sued by Stranger Things.
And was that Bob's character's head that came in there?
Yes. And you guys are like,
and that song is licensed, copyrighted free, so there's nothing there that's copyrighted.
You and Connor should the entire time on the videos just like everything like.
I'm just showing that there's things being worked on for edit crediting and all that kind of stuff, and there's going to be a previously on type of style. So when episode 2 launches, when you first push play, previously on episode 1, it's almost going to have a TV kind of a TV kind of feel. So we go to Instagram for so
the other way, scroll down.
Oh.
Hilarious.
Keep going down.
Yeah. I feel embarrassed. People are reading my private messages. Man, I can't read them. Right there, I'm telling Eric, I'm like, watch these 2 movies so we can get the director on our show.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But scroll down just a little. Okay, yeah, right, those three.
We still get Bill Murray on here. Bill Murray needs to come on, and Tom DeLonge needs to come on here.
I wish Anthony was in here, unidentified S4. I'm gonna send that first video to him, but I did all these videos today on my way home from Thor, Love and Thunder. But I made like 7 videos today, but some I sent to Matt for our documentary. And then some of these, he might even use these, but this is exclusive. It's after midnight in the Eastern time zone. So, they used to show some nudity on TV. We could get away with some stuff after midnight.
Oh, hell yeah. I remember as a kid, they used to do the Benny Hill show.
Benny Hill show. Famous Benny Hill show after midnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
I am at the Marietta Airport because in 1955, one of America's still unsolved UFO encounters took place in the skies over Malone on December 6, 1955. A radar operator at Graham Air Base, now the Marietta Airport, observed an unidentified flying object traveling north across Jackson County at a high speed rate. Super cool. Show you guys these small planes right here. I'm definitely going to talk to some pilots and see if they can take me up above so I can see what the extraterrestrials were spying on. I am at the Marietta Airport because in 1955, one of America's
Hold on. Somebody made a comment. What's he say? Apparently, how a cartoon really hypnotized my 4-year-old. Laugh out loud. She had so many questions about the characters and the storyline.
What is this?
But yeah, just to commentate on this first one, it used to be an Air Force base, and now it's just an airport. And I went out there and just did a little short video. It was really cool because this magazine is like Welcome to Jackson County. And I was just reading through it, and they have Bellamy Bridge, the Russ House, which is that mansion that's mentioned right there, the Ocheezy Pond where Sasquatch was captured, and then this UFO sighting that I never even heard of. And I even looked it up and really can't find much information. So I'm going to go to the newspaper and try to find, articles about it because we have the exact date. But I can't wait to, send it to S4 and maybe the girls. One time I was abducted by aliens, Akashi Chris, Rebellious Ufology, all the alien people, see what they got to say. But it's really cool.
Very good. Very good.
Here we are in Marietta, Florida at the federal prison where famous Manson girl Squeaky Fromm was held. She is most known for her assassination attempt on Gerald Ford and her beautiful red hair. She was Charlie's right-hand girl, and man, she was a loud spirit. She's actually free now. She was not involved in the Tate LaBianca murders. Take it easy.
Oh, wow.
And that one was pretty funny because it is back there pretty far. And I was driving and, of course, a little baked or whatever. So I'm not trying to cause any trouble. But I go back there and the security, I park to the side and, it's got to look suspicious. And I'm just taking, I get on my car. I'm just taking pictures. And I see him kind of, keep walking towards me. He's like, for what? I'm like, I'm a paranormal writer. Manson girl used to be kept here. And I'm like, I'm just going to take some pictures. And I see him go over to the office and he's on his radio. So I just made my little quick video and said, thank you, man. And got out of there because I am sure that he's like, man, someone suspicious is up here. Because I'm sure, real suspicious people do come up there and hang out at the fence or something.
Yeah.
If there was going to be a prison break, then that's something that would probably happen. So I definitely, no judgment on their part. It was looking suspicious, but I was 100% honest.
Yeah.
It was a bucket list for me too, because when I worked at the bowling alley, all the COs used to work up there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Squeaky Fromm," and that's the only paranormal thing they could tell me is the name. And And it was just so cool. I finally got to go, and it's just I'm a big Charles Manson guy, and Squeaky Fromm was very interesting. She wasn't involved in the murders, but she was always running Charlie's deeds. And when they lived on the ranch, the Spawn Ranch, she always took care of the old man Spawn. So it was just really cool, and hopefully Squeaky likes my video and maybe hits me up.
But you would have thought you were hiding a shiv over there, some kind of weapon.
Well, let's check out this Sunland.
I'm at Sunland here in Mariana, a very haunted facility. Patients and employees have died on the grounds. It's a former military base with bunkers and tunnels, but the most notorious inmate patient was a smiley face killer, Eddie Lee Mosley, responsible for at least 16 murders.
Wow.
Might be up to 200 victims. He would smother and strangle them. Very scary man in South Florida. He passed away last year, and I'm sure he's dancing with the devil. I am at Sunland.
Damn.
God damn. Wow, this guy sounds bad.
Yeah, he was bad, man. He was like a handicapped dude, like retarded, not very smart. Just walking around like Lenny, like from Mice and Men, just smothering people. And a lot of people escaped, and that's why he had, about 200 victims. Some lady actually told me it was between 400 and 400 people that he killed, but that would be way too, we would all know about him if that was the case.
Yeah,
but 16 murders are, connected to him. And my friend, who has been on my channel before, was a caretaker at Sunland, and he was his personal caretaker in his final days. And he would say that he was one of the best behaved people. And I would always joke like he just hasn't got his hands on you yet, but never was a problem at Sunland. But Sunland, former military base, bunkers underneath, probably entrances to deep underground military bases. Wow. One of the patients got killed recently, got the head kicked in by another one, and then ended up dying. And then another employee worked 116 consecutive days and ended up dying. Like she got in a car crash on the grounds and then ended up dying from that. Oh. So who is the real monster? The system, the establishment, everything, it's crazy, but they forced her to work that many days. That's crazy. And wonder what they're doing to the patients. But I know a lot of people, and I get a lot of calls from Sunland too. Their patients love calling the retro game store because the workers come and get the game. So they, what do you got on PS3? I don't even go over to the wall anymore. I just named the big bangers. Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, God of War, Saints Row. And they're like, all right, we'll send our worker in 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, stay out there. Kill the body.
Here's a TikTok video I want to see of yours. I'm curious about this one. The juvenile skunk ate track. I'm curious.
Doesn't that make you Connor curious?
remember we were saying Connor the Curious like a couple months ago. They were saying how people would take that the wrong way. Yeah, these skunk ape tracks were found by Troy Palmer and Debbie Ray from the Mid-Florida Research.
Wow.
And they were in Central Florida. I'm pretty sure in the Green Swamp. They stayed out there for 12 hours gathering evidence on like a bunch of different footprints. Very, very, very fascinating. And they're juvenile, and some of them are very clear. I don't think they got to cast any of them, which is sad. Just because I'd rather cast and fail than not cast at all.
Make an attempt. At
okay,
least. Yeah.
I see. They're measuring it. I was curious, how do they know it's juvenile?
They had a whole booklet of all the information, and they haven't really came forward with it. But once they came forward with the post, I shared this and tried to get their word out. But they're part of the Mid-Florida research team with Tim T, Marie Dumont, famous John Urban, RPG. I'm a connected member. They definitely are repping things down in Lakeland and Central Florida and Tampa area. And then, that's me riding on the back of the golf cart through the woods with Tyler Howell driving, Flat Rock Booger right there to the right, and then Matt Williamson, Supernatural Sasquatch, Supernatural Spectrum, is like right next to me on the back of the golf cart holding on. So that is such a good memory right there. There's a really good Sasquatch story being talked about, but I'll remember that forever. Just like that first ride out, just listening to him talk, and Tyler and him, they know the spot. Me and Matt are the noobs to it all. We're just soaking it in, looking for the bugs. It was really cool. That makes me smile.
That's awesome.
So that was they were saying that those footprints were like a small Bigfoot. Yeah,
it looked like I haven't looked, in a couple weeks at the one picture, but it looked like 7 inches or 6 inches. So that's a lot smaller than our feet. Yes.
Well, they have these things called ninja tabbies. You ever heard of those?
I don't think so, but I might have came across them.
There's these things called ninja. They're ninja shoes for ninja. They're called tabbies. Tabbies, called ninja tabbies. And these shoes were unique because they're molded for the foot. They're basically your barefoot. It's a barefoot shoe. You know what I'm talking about? The 2 toes are split. The big toe, the toes are actually split. You can walk around with these shoes, and it looks like you're barefoot. I'm always saying if it was a small one, like almost a little bit bigger than a normal human, it might have been somebody like playing around with them ninja tabby shoes, walking all over the place. Just an idea. But if they're huge, I highly doubt they're making ninja tabby shoes that big. So anyway, like 20 feet down.
I have a video of them talking about all the pictures for like 12 minutes. It's on my conference video, and I think I got it as a TikTok draft. But Troy and Desi are like the 2 most critical people in the Mid-Florida team. So I think I don't remember the exact details, but I remember them saying that like the toes showed strength, So I think they eliminated that it was a possible shoe, but nowadays with
I see them a lot. They're coming back into fashion too. So you got people walking around looking like they're barefoot, and they're like shoes, but with their toes go into it.
I love it how everybody is out exploring. This is on Brown Dwarf's channel, and he's got one that's called Interesting Find.
Is it a mushroom?
Checking out this groovy couple here. Seems like 2 different species of trees symbiotically living together. Amazing part.
2 trees that are connected, I think he's saying.
Oh yeah,
he's saying there's faces. Yeah, there's faces on the trees too.
Oh, there's faces.
Man. It's right next to this interesting pile of mushrooms. Thing's huge.
Damn, that is huge.
Yeah, it is.
Someone was eating mushrooms here.
And of course, there's a lot of lore that these creatures can turn into trees, or that trees can walk. The forest nymphs can hop into portals, and then there's creatures called hide behinds that they can only exist like right behind a tree and just pop back and forth. So it's fascinating. There's definitely something connected with strange and trees, and that they can feel the forest and speak at all times. It's the answers.
Nice.
UFO UAP from the weed side of Mount Shasta. Oh yeah, the town of Weed.
Shasta.
I always get gas in weed.
Mount Shasta.
Oh, right there, by that where it says HDR. There's some black dots right over there. One shined in and one disappeared. See by the HDR, you'll see a black thing come in and out.
Barely.
Right there. It just came in and left. Right there.
Huh. Hanging around the volcano, huh? Mount Shasta's a volcano. It's a dormant volcano.
Yeah.
They like the volcanoes. Remember, they're all over the Cascades. They're all over they're all over Mount, everything.
There it is. You can see it going up, and then boom, going back down. Interesting.
Yeah, they like to hover around them volcanoes. Wow.
No, I just love it. I love it that everybody's out researching,
Yes.
Forget looking for footages. They're out there trying to find it themselves.
Right.
And then they share it. That's just great stuff.
Yeah, if somebody can like get a spaceship, get a Bigfoot, put it all inside the same vehicle and just fly.
Thank you, Amber. So glad. She says she needed this. I appreciate that. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it tonight, honestly. But
Eric's got the AIDS. Real bad. He's got the AIDS. It's the the SARS, the Kid Corona party. You got that one.
So
poor guy, man.
Tomorrow, guys. I know it sucks because I'm on the road tomorrow to Oregon. I'm gonna hang out with the Goonies. I'm gonna get to that Astoria town. I'm gonna play Cyndi Lauper's Goonies when I get to that town.
Yes,
you always got to do that. And of course, we all know in real life that there's no way those kids rode the bikes from Astoria to those 3 rocks because those 3 rocks are 20 miles away from Astoria in a town called Cannon Beach. That's way out there. But it's a movie. But it is. Those 3 rocks are awesome if you get there. But you always get in trouble because you're not allowed to go on one of them. But I'm always on there and
break the rules.
You guys got to get off. You got to get off.
Just do it, Eric. Don't give a shit. Just get on the rock. Take a picture of it.
Post
the rebellion.
Yep, we're gonna be staying at a place called Seaside. Seaside's got a nice beach. They got those little bikes. You can rent those bikes. Those little boats.
Seaside.
But I'm just hoping I got enough energy.
God, it sucks, man.
I know it sucks because it's non-refundable. If it was, we would have rescheduled for next weekend.
God, man, you've been getting hit hard, dude. Like all your tickets you buy for all these events, you're like at another show. Well, there's another event I can't go to. It was like, damn, Eric.
Yeah. The Comic-Con, the Leopard and Crew concert. I mean, everything just
nothing, man. Gosh.
Seaside is great. Yes, and Iron Dogger. Yes, Seaside has that pigs and blanket. Denny's kind of a restaurant that I like. Always get pancakes. And Kindergarten Cop was filmed there. That is true. Kindergarten Cop was filmed there. I forgot about that. And what does this say? People says, "I love your channel. Eric. Great things will come your way."
Yeah.
Well, we're just tracking along, trying new things. The cartoon stuff is just a whole new chapter, and hopefully people start sharing that cartoon out more because 389 views for that, dude. This should be over 1,000 already.
Yeah, they're locking you, dude.
I mean, what? People are they're too manly to watch a 2D animation.
Nah, I think you got the YouTube lock. Lock this one down. Put this at the bottom, way at the bottom. Hide this movie.
But I'm happy because they're actually a lot of the comments says they're having their kids watch it, and their kids a lot of responses. Believe it or not, their favorite character so far is the purple alien.
Really?
Yes, I've heard that from several people that the kids love that purple alien.
Oh, how nice that is.
Yeah.
I didn't pick the part. Eric just picked it. This is your character. Why do I gotta be a little alien? You get the vest. You and Connor have a vest. You're gonna be an alien. You're gonna be a good alien. Okay, I'll be the best alien I'm ever gonna be. I don't have a vest.
Well, people might learn how maybe a prick that the purple alien is in the next one. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he's a good guy. I don't know. But beyond that, there's no show tomorrow. Monday, when I'll have a link for a Monday show, but it's probably going to be more in the evening because I come back Sunday. I don't know if I have time to get everything put together for Monday morning. So if I do a show on Monday, it'll probably be 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock Pacific time. Probably more 2 o'clock Pacific time. That will give me enough time to get things together. And hopefully I don't get the other sickness along with this one on that trip. Then
the monkeypox.
But what do you got going on, Connor? You got anything going on this weekend?
Yes, tomorrow I am helping one of my friends audition for a horror movie coming to Tallahassee. He is auditioning for the main role, and I am going to be reading. It's through Zoom. So we're going to practice all morning, and then we're going to be on Zoom, and I'm going to be off screen reading like to him, with it. So I'm super excited. It's actually the director that I sent you his 2 movies this morning. I'm super excited to help him out. Hopefully he gets the part so I can, crawl in the back door of the movie and he, get some of the BS side roles or something. But I'm just super excited. I'm off this weekend, so I'm just gonna continue making magic. This morning I went and found a bunch of fossils, and then I made some friends at the river. I rushed home. I literally told them, I'm like, I gotta be home at noon. I get home at like 56. I get onto Instagram. Don't see a message from Eric. I'm like, what the heck? And I go on YouTube and I see it's in 10 hours. I'm like, oh, what? And so then everything came. Then I chilled out. I watched a movie. Went to Thor. Loved Thor. Left a little 5-star review on my Letterboxd.
Nice.
And then I went and made like 7 videos around town of just like all the haunted places, and 4 of them were like, main spots that I go to all the time, habituals. Then 3 were the ones I just sent to Eric. It was really cool to finally check those off the bucket list. And that's what it's important to do, tap into all those things. I'm just so excited for Eric because Goonies is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. So I'm going to be living vicariously through him. And hopefully one day I will be able just to fly out and he can show me that. And I'll really get to live my dream with it. But I'm just really pumped. And I was so excited when I got the link from Eric tonight at 51. I was like, oh yeah, the show is a go.
Yeah, I was excited.
I had a
I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to really be going all out after all these things, and it's fun. It's very curious every day. So Connor the Curious.
You're bi-curious, yes.
I'm tri-curious.
You tri-curious.
I'll try it.
You okay, Eric? What's happening? Like you're having a panic attack.
No. I hate when I'm
spilled coffee on your computer again?
No. I was creating a new shirt design that I'm gonna be selling, and it was actually on a shirt. But what it is I have a unicorn shirt. It says Paranormal Highway, believe in unicorns.
You should put a rainbow. You should put a rainbow on that
actually
mane.
It was on a shirt, but I expanded it to out. So
you could sell it. Put a rainbow on that mane. You could take it to all kinds of special bars.
Well, the only thing I'll say about unicorns is there is going to be a major thing with unicorns in the future shows of these cartoons. So the unicorn is going to stand for something. But I ain't gonna try to win.
Our show marketable to bronies.
Yes, the brony shirt. Oh my God, Eric, you could make millions off bronies, dude.
Yeah,
sell them the bronies.
I run into a lot of bronies at the game store, and it's like, y'all think I'm weird for believing in Bigfoot?
Their money is just as good as everyone else's money.
There is gonna be something kind of cool. We're building the program for Oliver, my son. He has a 3D printer. And eventually, you got to build a program with our cartoon characters that he will make them into a 3D print little.
Like a Dungeons and Dragons game. We could play like an actual
sell little figurines.
Yeah, figurines of me, Connor, the aliens.
I got the little alien one. Yes, that's my character.
But for a 3D printer, it has
to
be created into a program so I can read it and then start creating the actual little figure.
Yes, we could roll dice. We could actually have our figures, like our actual characters one day and play a real game, Dungeons and Dragons game, using our characters. You guys could be the K-pop duo. I will be the little alien guy. Then we can have Anthony on here as the Sasquatch little character.
Yeah.
We can add all kinds of characters.
But beyond that, guys, I think my voice has had it. And I want to you guys have a great, fantastic weekend. And I hope I'll make it through my Oregon trip. I'll make it through it. God damn it. If I have to take a lot of little substance to get me through, I'll get through. But beyond that, guys, have a great weekend.